Welcome to the Life of a Marketer podcast. And today's guest is Tony. I'm excited to have Tony on today because I know that he is a pay-per-click guru, and that's my neck of the woods as well. So, Tony, welcome. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself. Tell us about who you are and what you do.
Hey Jared, good to meet you, man, in person finally. My name's Tech Tony. I am a data engineer or a Google Ads guy, primarily specializing in PPC. I own my own agency, Pathfire Digital Marketing, I've had it for 12 years. Been like a legal business for 7. That means paying taxes and all that fun shit. Having my LLC, growing the business as well. And I've been doing digital marketing for quite some time. Just when I was younger doing this, I did not know that this was an industry all on its own. Like I get paid to do this. I thought it was just something I did, sort of.
Okay, awesome. And what kind of clients do you guys help with, or what kind of clients do you help with their marketing?
Primarily, we stick to small business. So one person up to 500, now up to 500 employees. Now we do have some clients that are much larger. One of our clients they specialize in sound wave therapy for pain management. And they have a business here in Houston, a business in an office in Israel and the UK, and they're huge. And they're traded on the Nasdaq. So they're everything I do. I've been with them to their meetings with their investors and all that. So that's a huge client as well. We also have another client that they specialize in customized health label printing. So if someone needs a label for a sample that's kept at negative 22 degrees, they design that stuff. So we do work with all sorts of clients. We don't specialize in any particular industry. Like I know a lot of marketers, they only do doctors or dentists or realtors. We pride ourselves in being able to understand Google Ads as a whole to help any small business owner navigate this playing field.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. So what for you is the best thing about being in the marketing industry?
Man, it's the small business owner when I sit down with them, whether it's a consultation or just in passing talking at one of these business events or also at a bar. I mean, you're always networking, right? It's when you show them specifically their Google My Business listing and has that little number on the upper left-hand corner, like 2,000 people saw your business listing. And they see that shock in their eyes when they go, especially here in Dothan, which is a small area. It's only 160,000 people, so it's a small area. When they see that number, they get a shock, like a shock to their system of, well, I didn't have that many. I don't know, like that people didn't come to my website. And as a marketer, it's such it makes me feel good that they know that their business can grow a lot, that there's a lot of money being left on the table essentially, but not in a bad way, in a way that they didn't know it was there. And that is my favorite thing about being a marketer, is showing businesses the that one aspect of our job and the potential that is there for them to grow their company, whether it's physically having people come in or visit the website, whatever events need to take place to get to a conversion.
Oh yeah. I have some friends that I because I help my friends all the time for free. Like I don't necessarily run their campaign for free, but I'll help them and sit down with them. And
Yeah.
for them just to see, oh, there's like 100,000 searches a month for what I do. I didn't know that, then see the eye opening for them, the potential that their business could have if they would run some.
Hmm.
I enjoy that too. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, run some ads, or they just plain and simply just post or create content.
Mhm.
Being active business online, it can seriously change people's lives to be able to, because every business has a cost to open the door and close the door. They have to make a certain amount of money every day. And looking at digital marketing is a huge way to be able to fill in the gaps, essentially, to make sure, this is going to help my business grow.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. All right. So what sort of advice do you offer to those that are in the marketing industry right now?
Study. Never stop your continuous education. Here in my agency, specifically our PPC branch, we do a minimum of 3 hours a week of continuing educational, not all in one day, but spread out like an hour here and there throughout the week, also specifically on Friday. So my team, they're required to do their own continuing education, whether that's reading Twitter feeds or whatnot. But then on Friday, as a team, we all get together and we watch. Right now, we're doing a Udemy instruction class on the details of tag managing, the coding behind it. Very interesting lesson together as a team, and we practice what we learn. Because as marketers, we're only as good as what we know. Our field is ever changing all the time. So whatever changes affect our clients, we need to make sure we're either with it or on top of it before it happens. So if you're a marketer and you have your own, or you're in the market industry, you want to enter the market industry, study all the time. And that's going to give you a huge advantage over the mass majority of competitors out there, because a lot of people, they feel like there's a level of, my mentor told me, a level of complacency where they start. I know this is the podcast, so you probably can't see my hands, but you start at the bottom of the graph and you work your way up, and then you're like, oh, I know stuff. And then people flat out, they flatline. They don't continue their educational training. And before you know it, you're behind the curve. Then you don't know what the laziness is going on. So as a marketer, you owe it to your clients and you owe it to yourself to be on top of your game.
Tony, tell us your favorite sources for learning.
Well, there's Twitter. I follow a lot, or X, where we're calling it. I refuse to call it X. It's Twitter. There are some great marketers on there you can follow. Search Engine Land is good as well. Great source of information. Udemy has some great classes that you can buy that are fairly cheap, and you can keep progress of yourself. And mm, YouTube as well. There are some marketers on YouTube that I'll follow online to help. That I know they have a bigger team. They're bigger businesses than I am, so they have a bit more resources when it comes to creating educational content. So I will watch them as well to keep myself ahead of the curve. But I would say the big one is Twitter. Following search engine land, certain marketers online. So when they post something, they make an article, and I go read about it.
Awesome. Yeah, search engine land. I like that one. I'm actually myself and my team, we use a paid thing called Ad Skills. And we're in there. We really great community, constantly producing new content that's incredible. Just a wonderful community over there as well. So little
It
tip.
is. One of my favorite guys is, I don't know, you probably heard of him, Barry Schwartz.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, love
Great.
his stuff. I have him on alert. Like when he posts something, my phone makes a sound.
Wow, awesome. Awesome. All right. So tell me a little bit more about your PPC. So you're doing Google Ads, correct?
That's what we primarily specialize in. Yes.
Specializing. Okay. All right. And how long have you guys been running Google Ads?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
How long have you been running Google Ads?
Since the beginning, for the last 12 years, I've been running Google Ads for my company. Obviously, I was a freelancer. I still consider myself a freelancer, but I've been running Google Ads since about the last 12 years, working analytics and tag manager for the last 12 years as well. I chose not to niche down because I don't really feel like, personally, this is just my opinion. I don't think there's a cookie cutter process for businesses like, oh, this will work for all realtors or this will work for all dentists. I feel like you got to take each individual business and apply what they need to their online assets, and whether it's search, text-based, display, YouTube videos, marketing, whatever it may be, helping them customize their ads.
Yeah,
I
that
just
that doesn't work.
absolutely love
Yeah, I can't tell how many campaigns I've run where I tried to cookie cutter copy a campaign that was in one city for another business in another city, same landing page, same campaign, and it did not function the same.
No, I got two bankruptcy attorneys here in Dothan, Alabama. Their ads are different, their web page is different, and the type of client they want and how they engage with their clients is different. I couldn't do a cookie cutter for them. Even their verbiage for their ads is different.
Right. Yeah,
So is
I
that
agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah, it's just having marketers having that understanding of giving we're rather picky when we take on clients. We only take on 2 new clients a month, specifically for Google Ads. And so we do that so that we can give that person, that business, the individual attention it requires to get the ads up and running. And then we're not overwhelmed and we can continue giving our current clients the attention that they deserve on an individual basis as well.
Right. Awesome. All right. And so one more question for you as diving into PPC. What do you think is going to be the biggest trend that we're going to see with the Google Ads, search ads here in 2024? What's going to be the big thing that we need to watch out for?
Video ads, so specifically on YouTube. That people forget that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's not a social media platform, which is what a lot of businesses or pages treat it as. It's a search engine. And therefore, when you use YouTube, you need to upload your content and descriptions as it can be searchable online. Because a YouTube video will appear in multiple platforms. And if you don't give your marketer content to make, first of all, if you're a small business or if you're a company running Google Ads, you should be running video ads. You should have a fairly active YouTube page. So, and if your marketer is not running YouTube ads, it's time to have a serious conversation with them and get that ball going, because video ads are huge. Every platform is changing to some sort of a video format just to have content on the website. So with Google having that arm of YouTube, it's extremely powerful.
Totally agree. Totally agree. In many scenarios, we've seen YouTube ads far outstrip cost per conversion,
Oh yeah.
scalability, all sorts of things in the areas of small businesses. And lots of businesses think, well, create a whole, isn't that like a commercial? I'm going to create a whole YouTube ad. It's just, it seems like we wouldn't be able to do that, but you really can. You can create basically a commercial for yourself that people see, and only the people that you want are going to see. You don't have to pay $1 million for it, and it's going to go to the right people.
The people that want to see your business, that need you, is based off intent. I have a client that they run commercial ads. When we take that commercial ad, slap it on their YouTube channel, or start running YouTube ads on there as well, whether it's brand remarketing, whatever it may be. And it's TV ads are just scatter bombs. There's a time and place for them. They're useful. But like you said, a lot of business, it's just a radio, it's just another TV ad. Yes, but it's intended for those that are searching for your product or service, not
right,
just the masses.
right, absolutely. It's not branding, right? Awesome, awesome. All right, we're changing gears a little bit. What other successful people in marketing like yourself would you like to acknowledge that should be on the podcast?
Well, two come to my name. I mean, two come to my head. One of them is Tim Tompkins. He is probably one of the best unknown digital marketers in our industry. He's been in a couple other podcasts, like the Paid Search podcast. He was there on there a couple of years ago, and you'll be hard pressed to find anything about him because he keeps a very low key profile. But holy cow, that guy! I'm so glad to have him working for me. Is he knows his stuff so well. And I think, don't quote me on this, but he used to consult with the United Nations on their Google ads, because the United Nations runs the Google grant ads. They have, that's their account, Google Grants, and he was the marketer maintaining that account for the United Nations. In fact, he's even given a speech to them about Google Ads. The guy's amazing.
Oh, wow, interesting. Awesome. Thank you for that recommendation. I really appreciate that. All right,
And
go
oh,
ahead.
did you say two or one? I can't remember.
As
Oh,
many as you want, as many as you want.
well, the second one is Austin. Austin is Sociality Pro. Now, him you can easily find. He's very vocal about what he does. He's a great SEO guy. I don't like SEO, but I like him.
All right. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we've got one final question, just for fun. Tell me the oldest technology you remember using.
8 tracks. My dad, are 8 tracks? Oh, yeah, 8 tracks are older than cell phones. Yeah. So, because I said cell phones because my dad had he owns his own construction company, and so when I was younger, my job was to carry that bag that was a cell phone. You remember these be a suitcase size, and I would answer it for him. But my dad had 8 tracks, and he had a car with an 8 track player in it. And I remember swapping out when I was little with my old man, swapping out the 8 tracks to hear whatever song he wanted to listen to.
Oh,
So
wow. That must have been an older car. That
that
I,
was an older car. Yeah, he
yeah.
was still using 8 tracks.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I have not gotten that answer yet. I've gotten answer transistor radio. I think that's
Okay.
still the winner, but actually no one's ever said an 8 track because I haven't ever um, heard anybody mention anything like that. So that was an interesting answer. All right, Tony, we're gonna cut it off here. We keep our podcast super short, but I want to thank you so much for being on. Everybody, you can find this podcast in a number of ways. We stream it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 something, so 11:03, something like that. Not right on the hour. So we do stream it. So if you're on social media, you can find us streaming. We release it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And then also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Life of a Marketer Podcast, it's called. And so you go to that channel, subscribe, and when it gets released, you'll be able to view it. And then you can also, if you like, you can just email me, jared@hiveleadmarketing.com. If you will email me, it's HIVE, like a beehive, lead, LEAD, marketing. If you will email me, I'll glad you add you to our email list so that you'll get it. And so that's been it for the podcast. Once more, Tony, thank you so much, everyone. That's over and out.
Appreciate it.